This video will show you how to complete a crab trip in JOBEL. From the trip register page, click on the Add Trip button. A trip consists of 5 pages, to which can be added the forms for interaction with species at risk, marine mammal, the lost gear report, and the inactivity report. Page 1 is dedicated to general information. A logbook unique identifier composed of 6 capital letters will be generated automatically for each new trip. To bring modifications to the crew registry, click on the Remove Crewman button or Add Crewman button. These modifications will only affect this trip. Complete the requested information and click on Next. If you forget to fill information, the field will be displayed in red with an error message and you won't be able to move on to the next page until you correct the mistake. Page 2 concerns the departure. Enter a service provider's call confirmation number in the Allow Call section. The provider is entered automatically from your settings. Enter the departure date and time by clicking on the automatic clock. Clicking on the hour calendar and hour dial can manually change the time. When all fields are correctly filled, click on the blue Next button. Page 3 concerns your fishing effort. Complete the date and time of the start of the effort. The gear type is preferred according to your settings. Fill in the required fields for the start and end of the tow. Then, the information related to immersion. Complete the catch section in pounds or kilos according to your settings. JOBEL will do the conversion. If you have a bycatch in your traps, declare it by clicking on Add Bycatch button. If you open a bycatch by mistake, click on the Delete Bycatch button. At the end of the effort, enter the date and time. Indicate if you have interaction or if you have lost any of your fishing gear. If you answer yes, the corresponding form will appear on the following pages. You can add as many fishing efforts containing as many tows as you need. See our video on managing tows and fishing efforts. Click on Next. Page 4 is dedicated to the baits used. Depending on your region, you will have to complete this section. Complete the requested information. If you use a second bait, click on the blue button Add Bait. To remove a bait, for example during your last fishing trip of the season, remove it by clicking on Remove Bait. Click on Next. Page 5 is dedicated to the arrival call and personal use. The summary at the top of the page corresponds to the information requested by your service provider to generate an LIN call, which you enter in the corresponding fields. Depending on your region, complete the personal use section. You have now completed all the pages of your trip. Click on Review. The review page collects all the data entered into your logbook and which will be transmitted to DFO. Make sure that all the data you have gathered is correct, because you can still modify them by clicking on Edit Trip. You will be then directed to page 1. Click on the Next button until the page where you have to make the correction. For example, page 3 of the fishing effort to correct the estimated cape weight. The correction is made. Click on Next until the last page of your logbook and click again on Review. When the information is verified, press on Close Trip and confirm by clicking on OK. Your trip appears now in the Close Trip section, awaiting the landing. Click on the Landing button. In that section, complete the date and time of your arrival at the dock and the start of your landing. Complete the waiting section. This information will change your quota indicator at the top of your trip register page. Close your landing and send your trip to DFO as soon as you have a good internet connection. The green check mark indicates that it has been sent successfully to DFO. At the top of the trip register, you can view your quota indicator. On the left, you can see what you have already caught, and on the right, what you still have to catch. To view one of your sent trips, click on the corresponding view. The transmission log at the bottom of the trip data page confirms that the trip has been transmitted when all the tracks are green. If you wish to print the crew registry and the landing receipt by clicking on the corresponding button, to go back to the trip register page, click on Return to Trip Register. You can consult all the visual guides at jobel.ca/guides.